Hey folks, this is Billy D. KY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be episode 5 of Lies and Half-Truths of the Bible. Let's first start off with some preliminary stuff so you know where I'm coming from, as usual. First preliminary thing, following God is the goal, not the Bible. Second thing, I do not disrespect God by questioning the Bible. I honor God by doing so. 3, following God is not a closed-minded endeavor. Boy, people love to get that one wrong. They love to be closed-minded. Fourth thing, the truth is strengthened by question, lies are weakened by them. This is a quote from somebody, I don't know who it came from. Science is questions that may never be answered. Religion is answers that can never be questioned. Well, if you don't know me yet, I basically boiled spirituality down to science, so religion is going to be a thing of the past, at least I hope, in time. I have a sprinkle of Jew in me, so this isn't anti-Semitism. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what we talked about last week, which was Genesis 1:28. I pointed out that it isn't about dominating the world, it's about harmonizing with the world. I also pointed out that dominant speech is nothing but ego speech. And there was a little bit of I had some comments from people saying subdue, is not necessarily dominant, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And so let me talk a little bit about that. Basically, what I'm saying in that verse is Genesis 1:28 could have been written better, such that it was not misinterpreted. I have no problem with, somebody owning a farm and they're having control over the animals, but you need to have the mentality of harmony, which is more... It's a better mentality to have than dominant, subduing. Those animals are there only for my benefit. It's not really that way. It's a mutually beneficial relationship. So, in dominance, and when you have a harmonious view of the world, you use animals and such in harmonious ways. But you have a dominating fashion, you use them for whatever serves your best purpose, and you're only thinking about you. You're not thinking about you and them. A harmonious person considers both people. It considers the whole situation equally, not dominance. I mean, I'm only thinking about me. That's all I'm concerned about. What can I get from me? And you see this in relationships too. When each person's only thinking about what they can get, it's more of a battle of dominance, kind of fighting for who gets what. Where if each person in that relationship is thinking harmonious, what's better for the whole relationship in totality, they have a great relationship, or at least a lot better chances of a great relationship. So I think that sort of clears up a little bit of that. This week we will be talking about Genesis 1:27. It's going to be real short. So God created man in his own image. Now this one's going to be a little tough for me to really get my point across, because it's such a fundamental thing that it's really hard to get your head around. And so let me start with this. The first thing you need to understand is God. To understand what is really going on, to really understand what's going on in this verse. So what is God? And it's real simple, like it always is. God is nothing but pure energy. That's it. Pure energy does not have an image. You cannot perceive it with your 5 senses. It's something you can fathom in your mind, but it's not something that can be, like I say, perceived with any of your 5 senses. So when that statement says, "Oh, you're made in the image of God," that's BS. You're not made in the image of pure energy. You're made up of pure energy. And it's like I like to tell people. Well, I'll skip that example. But anyway, that's really how simple it is. So then the next question is, so what is really going on in this verse? And you're going to see this throughout the Bible repetitively. And I've said this over in the other videos, that really Jews are very intuitive, very insightful, pinpoint accurate intuition, like Einstein showed. However, with each gift comes a unique challenge, and one of the Jews' challenge was his arrogance. And so what you're going to see throughout the Bible is you're going to see profound truths, insightful truths. However, you're going to see arrogance laced in with it. And that's what goes back to one of my earlier videos in this series that says, all the Bible really does is reveal the minds of the people who wrote it, and maybe some truths and a little bit of current events and stuff like that. So again, you're going to see that repeating theme. I ain't saying you like it, but that's what's really going on. And that's why I basically boiled spirituality down to science, and we get rid of everybody's ego out of it, and we just have, solid spiritual advice for people really suffering instead of just thinking wars. So notice what's going on here. You got truth mixed in with arrogance, which that's a very dangerous thing. Why do you think we have so many wars? Because all these religions, they have insights, but they don't get their own ego out of the picture, and really a lot of these religions preach love and peace and getting along in harmony, but yet they don't practice any of it by starting wars. No, they don't understand, which is principle, I think 7 on my blog. My fundamental principles is ego. I mean, almost everything in religions can be pushed down on that one thing of ego. Yeah, haven't we had enough wars? Seriously. Oh, people's chairs, please get rid of them. They ain't no good. Okay, so some of you may go, man, you keep talking about Old Testament. That was before Jesus came. That's before Jesus said it right. You can't find any words in red that are wrong. You can only find stuff Old Testament. No, we're going to really talk about the New Testament. I'm going to jump around a little bit. And so next week we're going to be discussing Jesus' own words that have some lies and have truths in them. And so that's going to be, if you want a heads up, it's Matthew 15:11, and I'll read it to you real quick. Not what goes into the mouth defiles a man, but what comes out of the mouth, this defiles a man. So next week I'll point out the half-truths in that statement, and like I said, if you say it, write it down, somebody's going to question it. And again, I don't dishonor God or Jesus by pointing out the fallacies in what they're saying. I honor them. Okay, so like I said throughout this video, I've got spirituality boiled down to one thing: growth. From there, I have 9 universal principles that help you grow effectively. If you want to, you can visit the blog. I have the link in the information section of this video. There's a second link in there, which is the path, which is the essence of truth. It's basically when I come up with a spiritual revelation, boom, I put it in there. Wherever it fits. And so it's just a compilation or a repository of my truths that I've discovered in the past, plus new ones. And the third link is my Twitters. If you want to know up to date what's being added, typically what's going on is what you see in Twitter. So anyway, if you want to watch last week's episode, click the link in the video response section. If you want to watch all episodes, I have a playlist. So if you're new to this, you just hit it. You can go, like I say, you can just play them all at once if you want, if you so choose. Anyway, please rate until next Wednesday. Later, folks.